Welcome to April 2020, where things are not normal. And I think distractions are good for a lot of people. I know they're good for me. Thus was born the Red Cross Journal. There's a prompt for every day of the month of April. 10 are attached to the word red, 10 are attached to the word cross, and 10 are attached to a combination or a jumble of those. So every day there will be a video on my YouTube channel, 4x8 paper stuff, where I use one of those prompts. Come and enjoy and just use this as a distraction. It is not to make light of our global pandemic. It is to distract and make bad times a tad happier while I'm doing this. So enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'll be here every day. Take care. Be safe, be kind, and be smart. Just pure deliciousness. Deliciousness. New word. Oh. Bad night last night. Don't listen to podcasts while you're trying to go to sleep, especially if they're about current events. Ugh. Alrighty, so today my squirt bottles came. These are great. I might order more of those. I know I'm not supposed to. I told myself I wasn't going to order anything frivolous. Today is Red Delicious. Now, in scouring the YouTubes right now, because there is other things to do, but who wants to clean house? That is so cool. And by the way, I found my Architectural Digest magazine that I was looking for. Okay, so I'm going to use this page right here, Red Deliciousness. And I still have paint on my hand from last night. Some of this paint doesn't come off easy because I've been washing my hands. A person on YouTube, and I don't know who it was, or Instagram, I think it was YouTube, had genius, clever ways of using scraps. It must have been YouTube. But they made a journal card and they collaged beautiful papers and things and designs, and then on the other half of the card they had all these squiggly lines like Diane Reevely does and those kind of people do, and then journaling. And I thought, oh, that's great. So I'm going to collage here with something. This is the definition of something. You rub your hands on paper, something, and then write a story about the red delicious apple I had on the plane. Right? Right. So I'm going to fast forward and then do a voiceover. First, it's taking forever. Our internet is so much slower here, and we pay a whole lot more for internet service here than we do at the beach, and it's faster at the beach. Don't explain. Don't explain. It's Spectrum, our internet provider. So I'm going to, it took me, yesterday's video was like 31 minutes, and today's video, yesterday for you, took me, it was at 31 minutes or 33 minutes, took 2.5 hours just to upload it, not edit it and everything else, just to upload it. And I'm a team of one. Not that I'm complaining. I mean, what else am I going to do right now? I sat here and arted the whole day. But, and it's not like this is Saturday and I need to spend the day with my husband because he's here every day right now. I love him dearly. But he is so hyper. And not hyper where he's, squirrel things and changing the subject every 5 minutes. He just cannot sit still. and he's running out of projects because that's how he is normally. So he has no projects stored in his pipeline. They're all done. All right, so here I go. I'm going to fast forward this and do a voiceover because it's just taking crazy amount of times to upload. And I'm sure it's because there's a lot more people on the internet right now. Everybody's on the internet. Hopefully it doesn't crash. So, Red Delicious apple is what I'm going to go with. And a split card. So this half is going to be pretty. This half's going to be words. And I need to put something. Oh, you know what? I might do this. Okay, here we go. So I get that paper on the last little edge of yesterday's page put on. And today's prompt is Red Delicious, and I knew I wanted to do an apple, but how do I connect that to the story of me chaperoning the lacrosse team to India that came out of the found words on a page, and I'm going with it with this journal because that's what the paper told me to do, and that is my favorite way of journaling. So I decided to say in my story that I had a Red Delicious apple as a snack on the plane. I knew I wanted to make this journal card, like I said. And is this rocket science? No. Could I have probably everybody else is doing this? Yes. It just struck me as the way this lady did it. Very nice. And I loved the idea of collaging next to it because I'm so into collage right now. It's not even funny. I just can't get past it. I made some wonky lines because I like the wonky line look, and then I start going through my scraps and finding fabric pattern or sewing pattern paper, and I've gone through these jelly plates and picked out obvious red areas, at least they're red to me, um, in my head. Uh, or like that one, I'm going to use it as sort of a background, and it's a theme of red. And there's not much else to say. I'm just collaging pieces of paper down and making them stick and using torn edges wherever possible because that's a look I like. And I do struggle to find an apple. I thought I would be able to find one in one of my children's dictionaries. Didn't find one, but I did find a map of India, so that was promising. That little red book came out of a Flow magazine months and months and months and months, or maybe years ago. Um, and I'm just adding a little bit of red contrast where I think it might call for it. Who knows? It's just randomly going down in places. There's my little India map. Um, since I am going to be going into India, uh, and for some reason I do like these squiggly lines that a lot of people use. Um, but I try not to. I, I'm trying to make it my own. I'm adding red washi tape. Uh, just red, because this is the Red Cross Journal, and it's a Red Delicious page, and I'm trying to make that gold gouache. No different than the other gold that I got from that art supply store a while back, Kurti. But I love a sparkle of gold on a piece of paper. Nothing like it. The gold. Just love the gold. And India has a lot of gold, so why not, right? There's going to be a lot of gold. I'm making little black dots because for whatever reason the paper was saying put polka dots on us for whatever reason. I don't know. And then I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make this crazy. Here's where India comes in, I think. Yep. Um, and then apple. So there's that tiny little map, and because I want just little tiny images here, so I didn't want to use anything bigger, and there's no apple in here. So I try to find another book with possibly an apple in it. I never did find one, so I make my own. And in the end, it kind of looks like an apple, but it's okay. Having an apple appear in this collage was not crucial. In the beginning, I thought it would be, but it really was not a deal breaker. A gorgeous, grocery store version of an apple was not a deal breaker. If I can make a little red something or other that sort of looks like an apple, I'm okay with that. And then we're adding India in and circling it and getting rid of some of that white paper, because who wants white everywhere in the middle of all this red delicious? Um, and that's an apple, believe it or not. Add a stem and a little leaf, and I'm good with that. So yes, it has been a beautiful, beautiful day here. My tails from the paddleboard might be back because my husband got my paddleboard back in the water. Um, if you don't know, I live on a lake. My everyday house is a lake, and my second home that we just bought is a beach house. So we are pretty much water people. And I love getting out on my paddleboard and just checking out the nature in my neighborhood. I love it. We're lucky enough to be surrounded by osprey and herons. I saw the heron. I saw a couple herons today, but I didn't catch it on picture. He was under the osprey nest. And that osprey nest has been in that tree across from our house in our cove for many years, many years. I don't know if it's the same family or descendants of the same family. I don't know. But I love documenting osprey in my head. I think I'm going to try to keep a paddleboard journal this year. Probably not on film, but I am going to try to document one. I have all these journals that I've made, and I'm going to turn one into a paddleboard journal. What I see every day. And it's usually turtles and or osprey and or heron or some fish. This morning, the loons, for some reason, are hanging out in our cove. I love their noise, the faraway cry that they make. Is beautiful to me. So I do love talking to the nature in my cove every day. I love it. And it's good exercise and fresh air. So that's that. Now granted, it's simple. It's mine, so it has to be simple. I can't do anything technical or difficult. So first of all, I fixed this blank spot here because Lord knows we can't have the blank spots. So I took a piece of paper that I painted on and added pattern paper and washi tape and out of Flow magazine, I think this was. And then I found a little map of India because, after all, I'm on my way to India with this lacrosse team. I made a crazy looking little apple because I couldn't find an apple. I looked in a children's dictionary and I looked one other place, couldn't find one. So I made my own. And then I numbered my page 5 and put Red Delicious on this little tab that came in the American Express. Oh, look at this. Delicious meals. I was one page off. Oh, well. And then I wrote, I had a delicious apple in my purse. I dug around the treasures and found my apple for my snack. The sweet smell was floating to at least 7 rows away. Yum. Obviously not poetic or ethereal in my writing, but that is what it is. I got to work with what I got in my little pea brain. That lady, I cannot remember who it was. It was just beautiful, and I like that. To me, is not daunting. I could do journal cards. For some reason, journal cards freak me out. I don't know why. That's why I can't do the Project Life stuff. First of all, it's too regimented for me. I'm not regimented, obviously, at all. And it's the journal cards freak me out. I have stacks of them because I've ordered them and I don't know how to use them. But this I can work with. This floats my boat or makes my apple taste better. So anyhow, number 5, Red Delicious. So maybe we'll work on a 2-page spread tomorrow. What's my word for tomorrow? Can I sneak a look ahead? Oh, I already lost my sheet. I printed it out because I want to make a pretty list. Oh, here it is. 6. Ooh, 6 is good tomorrow. 6 is good. I'm not going to tell you. You got to come back and watch. So everybody stay safe. Stay kind. listened to too many news things last night, and I did not sleep well last night at all. I sleep so much better at the beach. I told my husband, I gotta go back to sleep. I have not slept 2 nights now we've been home, and I have not slept well either night. Hey, that looks like Florida. Huh. Okay. Uh, anyhow. Anyhow. I might just spend the day here. I am working on another quilt, though. And I was doing it by hand, but I'm anxious to, because the blocks are 80, each block has 81 squares. The block might be about 18 inches by the time it's done. What's 9 times 2? 18. Yeah, about 18 inches, or a tad smaller when you have seams involved. And it's taking forever to do one block. I'm doing one by hand as a sample, so maybe for myself, or maybe I'll be able to machine stitch it. And it's simple seams. I don't have to worry about accuracy as badly, because I'm not a good accurate sewer by machine. By hand, immaculate. Bye. I'm rambling. Listen to these loons. Now listen to the osprey. It is such an incredibly beautiful day here. We got my paddleboard back in the water. We spied on the osprey and the loons and the turtles. And my dog was trying to find a cat, but he never did. So thanks for watching. I will see you all tomorrow. Stay safe, stay kind, stay smart. Bye.